What is going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. Morning, Richard T. Morning, Joseph. How are you guys doing? What a trade on Tesla, huh? What a trade, what a trade. Took a while. Took a while for that play to pan out. I think I got out on those last contracts at like, I think 90%. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Ooh, that was like my last contracts. But it took a long time. It took the whole day. All right, guys. How's how's the sound and how's the music? It's not too loud, right? Just want to make sure everything's good before we start. All right, sounds good. All right, so the market kind of dumped in the overnight. That's due to the tariff news. President Trump released a statement or wrote a letter to Canada. So starting, I think it's either August or September 1st. So that's why the market kind of came down. So the plan for today, right? So let's look at the S&P 500 here. So we got that major gap down, right, into where? Where are we bouncing off right now? That same level that we talked about, right around that 621.50 to 622, right? This was your previous session's kind of like point of control where price, whenever we revisit this level, we either bounce or reject, right? Right now, we're currently bouncing during the pre-market. So the level that I'm going to keep an eye on here, the aggressive level will be the previous day low, which is around that 623. I want to see right now, currently, right, you're getting a lot of that rejection. So let's see how it's going to how that level is going to pan out at market open. If we continue to get some rejections there, I might take a small entry short, right? Targeting the pre-market low first, and then with a final target at 620.90. If we start to see some, a little bit of a rally here, right? We start pushing up here. The next level or the next area of interest for a potential short is right around this 624.50 to 625, right? This was Wednesday's high, right? This was resistance in yesterday's pre-market session, right? And then it actually also got rejected during the first 15 minutes of the market open. And then we pushed right above it, right? And now we're kind of gapping right below. So if we do see a little bit of a rally here, this is going to be the level that I'm interested in for a potential short. All right, so that's going to be for the S&P 500. With the Qs, same thing, right? Or actually, it's a different picture now. Yesterday, we bounced off of this level, right? And now what's happening? We broke right below it, and that's starting to act as a resistance. So if this level here starts to act as a resistance between 553.60 to 554, right? Let's just call like the top of that 554. If we cannot sustain value above there, right? If we start to get some rejections here, I'm interested in taking that to the downside as well. The target, it's going to be tricky. I mean, we can target these lows here, right? Which is in line with the pre-market, right around that 55.51.90, with the final target right around that 55.51.08. Again, we're going to use QQQ and SPY as our market gauge when playing the individual equities. But that's for the Qs. NVIDIA, this was kind of shaky. And yesterday we were trying to look for longs. We kind of double topped here, right? We tested it in the afternoon session as well and got rejection. So now, if you saw my post on Twitter, where was it? Here, right? For NVIDIA, I am actually a little bearish, right? So if the market continues to be weak, right? If QQQ rejects at previous sessions low, previous session support, now becoming resistance, now we're trading right below it, right? If this level here, why did it get big? 1 second. If 163.30 to 164, or sorry, 163.40, if that starts to act as a resistance, right? Right now, currently in pre-market, that's what we're seeing. We're seeing that rejection there. If that continues to act as a resistance, that may be your, kind of like your initial entry, but really your confirmation for a break is if we can start breaking below this 162.50 level. I think if we see some push down and where that level starts to act as a resistance, I think we might see some continuation to the downside and really looking for that 160 to 161 target, which is this level. And this is where I'll look for a potential long, right in this box here. So keep an eye here on that 160, 161. That will be our final target if we, if the market starts to look weak. NVIDIA will be my main watch for today. AMD, relative strength, right? This is one of the setups that we kind of missed, or I missed in yesterday's session, right? That 142 bounce, perfect bounce there, push right up. So for today's session, keep an eye on this 144.60 to 144.30, right? This level here. You can see it based on the candlestick formation. You started to see some rejections there. Still got that support there. So anything in between, I'm not really interested, right? This is why we create levels, so we don't have to overthink too much when prices kind of fluctuating back and forth, right? So we want to wait for those levels to get hit, which is our area of interest. We get some rejections there. I'm interested in taking that to the downside. If we do start to reclaim this level here, then we'll look to play it to the upside. All right, so keep an eye on AMD. This is going to be my kind of like my pivot level for today. If we start to break below 142, Okay, if we start to break this level here, we come down and that starts to act as a resistance, I may look to trade that because there's a volume gap. Remember, if you turn off the extended hours here, right, there's a gap there between 138.60 all the way up to 141.82. So I think if the overall market looks weak, I think there's a good chance that we can fill this gap here. All right. So that's for AMD. What else? Did we go over Tesla? I don't think so. So Tesla here, we entered this trade right around that 302, and I said that the stop loss will give it about 30 to 40% drawdown. Stop loss was right around that 300 to 301. The low in May was around 301.50, right? So I was close to getting stopped out on this, and then we got that push up. Our final target was right around that 310 level, which we did hit. I think I took most of my profits or my runners right around this level. I took a good chunk of it right at high day break. So for today's session, right, and yesterday there was some major resistance or major rejection around that 306, right? So keep an eye on that 306. But what I marked here, this white line is going to be the morning session high, right, where it acted as support once we broke right above it, and as you can see here, that's starting to act as a support during pre-market. So keep an eye on this one, right? See if we can if the market looks to if the market starts to kind of have this dead cat bounce or relief rally, Tesla might see some upside here. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, where we're rejecting at is this level here, which was previous. This was when July 3rd, so beginning of the month, right? This was the lows, and that's where you're seeing some rejections there now too. So if we do get a push back above 314, 315, we might see some move here, guys. We might see some reversal here on Tesla. All right, but we're gonna play it level by level for right now. Keep an eye on this 307.50 to 308. We did create a 30-minute demand or a demand zone or order block, whatever you want to call it, right off of this level where our initial entry was, as you can see here, right? Red candle followed by multiple green candles moving away from that zone. So that is a valid demand zone, and that also coincides with previous sessions resistance, right? You broke right through it, you retested, you bounced, created a demand. So I like that. So last line of defense there for Tesla is that 302 to 303.50, right? That's where I'm also looking for a potential long. All right, so Tesla, I think that's it for today. Tesla, Nvidia, we're watching the Qs. AMD, we went over. Apple, I'm just putting it on our chart because I think we might need to use it as a confluence here. Another trade that we kind of missed was Mara, right? This was just a beautiful bounce off of that 18, right? Previous session kind of like pivot zone here, $18 mark, push right through, bam. So I think this is already gone. So the next ticker that I'm going to be looking for, this is going to be a potential swing, is NIO. And the only reason is there's a lot of option flows that's going through with NIO on the September contracts. I'll go over it more in detail probably later on, but we're starting to see some action here. We're kind of in this downtrend line, as you can see, right? You kind of had that breakout currently. So, and you have a little bit of a, what do you call it, break and retest level here around that $3.50. So I like this setup for a swing, guys. So remind me before I leave or before we end the stream today, remind me to go over this. All right, I think this is going to be a good swing. This is a good swing trade. Alrighty. Sounds good. We have about less than 2 minutes here until the market opens. Good morning, guys. Is the music too loud? Can you guys hear the music? If it's too loud, let me know. Or if you guys can't hear it, let me know. Let me know too. Okay. Let's put this on the 5-minute time frame. Nvidia getting a little bit of a push here now. Watch list night. I don't have anything yet. I'll let you know because it's not in my area of interest for now. It's a good spot. I'm getting a little bit of a push here now. But for Tesla, it's again, this is going to be up to your discretion. All right. I would not recommend grabbing 0DTE contracts. I would not recommend. Nvidia, jeez, that's an aggressive push there. For Tesla, I'm looking at the $320 calls for next week's contracts. So it's going to be right here. Nvidia next week's 165 is going to be in play. Put that on your watch list as well. Now looking for this pullback around that 163.68. Right, so right around this level here. I don't know if we're going to get that, but we'll see. It's looking good. Looking real good. AMD revisiting that 142 again. That's a very aggressive move there on NVIDIA. Just look at that order flow. Sheesh, that's all-time highs for NVIDIA. While Qs and Tesla and SPY are struggling here. Glad you got calls yesterday. That's out of nowhere, though. That's crazy. All right, an aggressive. So let's look at NVIDIA here. An aggressive entry would be look for the retest. I'm gonna make this white, right? Let's see if we can get a retest here off of this level. that one. This is the previous session's high, right? 1, 2, 3 touches. Wait for 5 minute for the first 15-minute candle to close first, and let's see if we can get some retest here. Right, if we continue to hold, right, if price comes down here and continue to hold, that could be our entry for that next leg up on Nvidia. All right, switching it now to the 2-minute time frame. I'm putting 145 calls for next week on AMD on watch. I'm just building my watch list now. You see this, guys? On Nvidia, 165.20. There's about 107,000 orders sitting there. I just got filled. AMD bouncing at that same level as yesterday. Right here. Right now we're finding support there. Apple coming down. Let's look at the leaders for today. Amazon is up 0.5%. Same thing with Nvidia. Hood is up about 1% there. We might need to look into Hood. Robinhood. It's getting a lot of traction there for Hood. Coming inside supply though. Q is coming down. Slow day for SPY, low day for the Qs. So NVIDIA here, I don't know if you're watching it for NVIDIA, right? You got the tap. And you're holding there currently. So just be careful with that one because you're trading at all-time highs. Nothing much to note yet. I am liking AMD and NVIDIA here. Just need the Qs to stabilize. AMD making a push here. I need to watch these lows. High day again on NVIDIA. Another low day for the Qs and SPY. While Nvidia and AMD are making a push. Nice versus T. What's everyone doing? Are you guys long? Are you guys short? What are you guys doing? Are you guys waiting? I see you guys taking trades on Nvidia. That was a good pullback there, but again, QQQs, SPY, seeing a lot of selling pressure while continuing to make lower lows. So the trade that I'm looking at right now is AMD, as you can see, right? Continuing to find support at that 141.80 to 142. If you look at the 1 hour time frame, that 142 is stemming from these lows right here, right? Where you acted as support multiple times there, right? You're respecting it. So if I take this trade, my first target, or I would want to see a close above 143. Getting above 143, right, in these afternoon lows from yesterday, right, I think we can see a good push into that 144.20 to 145. I like this push here. I would like to see some rejections here, get a pullback where we hold above VWAP. That's going to be my entry for AMD, all right? So looking at the 145 calls for next week. Need range confirmation. Are you waiting for the 15-minute orb? That's what I'm usually waiting for. I mean, we just created it. But I'm liking semis, right? NVIDIA, AMD, clearly the relative strength in this market. Tesla recovering. Tesla's going to be a little tricky, so be careful with that. There's a resistance there at 309.50 to 310. Let me just mark it now so you guys, if you guys are looking to trade that. There's a minor resistance there. So right now we're trading right at yesterday's high for Tesla. I might even take a lotto here for Tesla, to be honest. Today's expiration, 0 DTEs. I'm looking at the 312.5 calls. Again, I'm going to be sizing very small on this trade. AMD making a break here. Another all-time highs on NVIDIA. Let's see if we can form. So now that we're seeing a move here on Tesla, right? We want to see a higher low forms here. So we're getting the rejection right off of that resistance that we have. Let's see if we can, get supported within that 307 to 307.60 level. That's going to be my entry. AMD already making the freaking move, man. That's crazy. Jeez. Now we want to see this level support, right? This white zone here. You want to see this get supported here. So look at the same setup that happened here on NVIDIA, right? You pushed up, you see this wick here, you got supported, so that could be your entry. Same setup here on NVIDIA. Make it make a move. Look for that pullback where it's supported here at this white zone, and that's going to be your entry. You're going to look to target this supply zone here. Another confirmation that I'm looking for is for Qs to reclaim this 544 level. That could be our confirmation as well. Dude, there is no stopping NVIDIA. Jeez. Tesla going too. AMD pulling back. But this is the level this is the reason why we're looking for a pullback here on that white zone. Previous support, previous support, previous support. During pre-market, it acted as support there. Now we just want to wait for a confirmation here. Stop loss would be, I mean, if we're grabbing next week's contract, as long as we stay above this 142 level, I think the trade is valid. So position size accordingly based on that. Invalidation of the trade. I'm also watching SPY. Today's expiration, the 624 calls. 624 calls. Putting that on watch. And the 623 puts. Putting that on watch. I like how we're getting above 554 now. On the Qs. Actually gonna have the 623 calls on watch. Tesla, high of day. Starting to like SPY here, guys. Tesla coming down. our stop loss here on AMD. We're at a VWAP. We're just looking to day trade it. Are you guys in a trade? Still waiting. I'm still waiting. I like the AMD setup. SPY here. I'm also starting to like, I think, looking for a dip within this zone here. Why did it do that? I want to see a quick move here to this white zone where price is supported. That's going to be my entry. Because if I'm going to take a trade, or if I'm entering here now, right, our stop loss has got to be below this 622.54. So I'd like to see a kind of like an aggressive move to the downside where price gets bought up. That's going to be a good entry there. Put it 100. Stuff Richard T. So high day there for Apple. Same thing with SPY is working on that high day break. I would really like to see a strong push down here at this white zone. That's going to be my entry. Nice buy from 622 level. Beautiful entry. Nice, Derek. And there she goes. SPY. High day. About to get taken out. QQQs, again, as long as price is supported here at 554. Alright, let me turn this into demand. Q is looking good for this for a reversal here as well. Just need one small retracement. Alright, keeping an eye on this, guys. So you're continuing to get supported here at the previous day lows. If you want to take this scalp, right, you can take a scalp with your stop loss below that previous day low, but I really want to see, again, a quick liquidity sweep right into this zone. So that's why I'm waiting. I might miss it, but I got to be patient here. Same thing here for the Qs, continuing to get supported at that 554 that we talked about. Breaking out. SPY, guys. I like it, SJ. I like it. So here's the analysis on AMD. All right, so you understand why I like it to the upside. So we can even pull the bigger time frame. Right, let's look at the 4 hour. The reason why I like this 142 bounce is because of this previous session's wick support here back on the June 26th and 27th. Right, once you cross right above it, look what happened in yesterday's session. Right, you got to bounce right at that level. Again today, you got to bounce. Right, it's valid as long as you stay above this 142. As long as 142 keeps being supported. If you want to day trade it, right, with a tight stop, you would use this. Right, this is pre-market lows, pre-market lows, pre-market lows that I put the support. That could be your stop loss area. Right, but I really think that if you have next week's, the trade is valid as long as you're supported at 142 and you're looking for that 144.50, 145 target, and right above 145. I mean, you can probably see some quick squeeze into that 146. That's going to be my next major supply there. Kind of a slow price action today. Because it is a Friday. Of course, you're welcome. Are we too conservative here, guys? I mean, 554, right? Multiple tests there. Should we have taken that? Same thing here for SPY. I know we were looking for this 622.54 retest, the previous day low, right? Acting as support, multiple touches there. I think we should have taken that trade. That's multiple confluences there. I think I'm being too conservative on my entries. Richard T killing it. Good stuff. Tesla also looking strong here. So you got that high day retest here as well from the 15-minute orb high. Let's see if we can get a pullback here. Give me just a strong red candle pullback. Come on, SPY. Before this gap fill. Looks like there's gonna be a no trade Friday for me. Can't chase this move now. Beetle of 12% today. Yeah, because of Bitcoin. That's the Bitcoin ETF, right? All right, going forward, just before I mean, we have about 40 minutes left, but the next level of interest is this supply zone here. All right, we went over this during our pre-market session. Previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, previous highs, resistance. Right. I want to see how how price will react at that level. If we do see some rejection, I'm interested in taking that short. For right now, sitting on hands. No trade so far. Strong volume coming in here on AMD. like that breakout on AMD. My goodness, Nvidia. Holy cow. High day there for AMD. You guys took that? She is going. Nice, nice. Look for that red supply zone target. But above 145, where you're probably gonna see some squeeze action there. Do pay attention to S&P 500. Remember this zone here. If we do start to get some rejection there, you might want to start trimming. Tesla as well as making a move. That's high day 311.75. Of course, yeah. Nvidia going nuts. Tesla 5-minute RSI looking to reclaim bull zone. I think we can delete this now. AMD, guys, she's going. She's going. Let's just check to see if there are any other levels besides. Yeah, she looks good. She looks very good. Keeping an eye here on SPY. All right, watching this 623.50-ish level, this white zone. Shit, sorry. This white zone here. Looking to see if that can hold. If that holds, I'm looking to play long, targeting high day first and into this supply zone. All right, so looking for an entry within this level here. Trade is invalidated below that level. That's going to be the orb level. Another high day there for AMD. If you're in it, if you have multiple contracts, right, this red zone will be your area to kind of trim or move your stop loss. Yes, sir. Glad to be back. We're just starting, right? Just warming up. Give me a week, and we'll start firing these trades. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, on the YouTube channel. Let's see if we can get a pullback here. What else is moving? I think Hood is still moving. 1-1. BLTR a little bit stagnant. HIMS. Everything. Actually, Meta, Microsoft, and Netflix are red. Apple is still red. AMD is still red. Nvidia is the one that's making some move here, up 2%. Tesla's still red. So it's only Nvidia. How's SMH? SMH at all-time highs. So I don't know if you guys see, right? You tipped the bottom of this supply zone here in AMD and got rejected. If you're looking to move your stop or look for another entry, keep an eye on this the top of this consolidation. It's not a big level, it's a minor level, right? So right around this 143.50, this zone here for AMD. See if you can get a pullback. Usually if this, if the structure's strong, if it's a good bullish structure, you usually bounce on previous resistance area or previous consolidation zone. So keep an eye on that if you're looking for another entry for a day trade. Another high day there for SPY. AMD, high day. She is going, guys. I would look at the 145. If that 145 breaks with no, with no sellers in place, I think you can see some squeezy action there. But the plan was long at this level, target this level, right? If I was in this trade, I would have taken out all the profits here or leave some runners. But that was the predetermined plan. Long, right around this 142.90, 143, targeting that next supply zone. So if you're in it, make sure you're managing your position. SPY is also approaching this supply zone here. If you're leaving some runners, watch for that 145 breakout squeeze. Beautiful, beautiful move there on AMD. Give me 1 second. Let's look at QQQs. I think yesterday's price action. I think this might be a resistance here. Let's just mark it just in case. Yeah, that's valid, right? As you can see here, resistance, resistance, resistance. And then in the afternoon session, resistance. So again, keep an eye on QQQ right around that 556 area. Way to go, Richard T. Way to go. Make sure you're managing your position, SJ. If you're in it. Watching this pullback here on SPY. The lag, 7 seconds. That's good. Keeping a very close eye here on SPY, guys. coming down a little bit. Currently finding support here at our area of interest. AMD about to hit 145. I'm looking for an entry here on SPY calls, guys. Looking for an entry here on SPY calls. $145 there on AMD. Sheesh. No resistance met. Watch for a squeeze on that one above 145. That could go nuts. Alright guys, I'm going to try this here. I'm in SPY calls, 624s. Stop loss is going to be below this white zone here, below that level. A candle flows there. Looking for a high day target. Got filled at 95 cents. Currently is trading at around 94, 95. If we do get stopped out, right, if we do get a candle close right below this, I'm looking to re-enter, right around this level. right now I'm in the 624 calls. Watching Qs here as well off of this level. Watching it here. Might get stopped out. Looking to add into this position if we can trade back above that 623.50. Just looking a little heavy here. Alright, I'm adding here. Not a recommendation. Trade at your own accord, but I added them to that position. They didn't get a candle closure below that level, right? Immediately reclaim this white zone here. Bounce off of VWAP. Saw some absorptions right off of that bounce, right? There were sellers that were active at the VWAP bounce and got absorbed. You get that push. Now we just got to sustain value above here. down about 7% on the position, 4%. So let's see if we can get a high day target here. Hopefully before 11. Good down so far. Tesla coming down. Back in the greens. Again, we need to start pushing here. Would like to see a closure above 624. About 5% on the position. Struggling to get a push here. It's a good buying wick there. really seeing much resistance here, to be honest. We got that confirmation bounce off of the orb high. We got that retracement, right, defended there, so I'm not really seeing much. We just need some aggressive buyers to kind of push the price up. Let's see if we're gonna get that. Just need to get above 624. We can get above 624. I think we can see some. I think we have a high chance of taking a high day. We can get above that 624 area, right around this level. That's why we're currently getting some rejections. 11:05, and we're stuck in the trade again. Gonna give it another 10-15 minutes. But you guys know the plan, right? Hopefully we can get out of this trade during the stream. I would like that. And be done for today. Testing VWAP again here. Nvidia coming down a little bit. Tesla, AMD, Apple right below VWAP. Not a whole lot of active participants here, to be honest, Lord Spy. No reason for me to get out of this position. This might just be a low volume pullback. Gonna give this another 5 minutes, guys. If nothing happens, I'm just gonna call it a day. And get back again. Get back at it again next week. AMD is at it again. Probably gonna try another high day. Even on this push down, there's not much volume off of that push down. Might get stopped out here soon. Get a strong close right below that level. back on the cues as well. Tesla's pulling back, Nvidia's pulling back. Whoa, there's the volume. Alright, I'm gonna get stopped out here. Watching this very closely. To be honest, this is where we wanted the entry. Remember guys, this is where we wanted the entry. And we're currently bouncing off of that level. I want to add, but I don't think I should. I don't think I should. That's the bounce that we wanted, or that we were looking for, right inside the zone. And we're right above the previous day high, our previous day low now. See if we can sustain value here. If we come up here, and if this starts to act as a resistance, I'm gonna get out. Watch cues as well too. If 554 starts to act as a resistance here, right? If we do bounce here and we start to get some rejection, that could be a short entry. Here's the push. Let's see if we get rejected here. If we can reclaim back above that level, it should be a good sign. I think we can take out high day. I know I said that the stop loss was going to be a candle closure below here, but when we were pushing down, right, I was seeing some absorptions there, and then did not really see any aggressive sellers right off of this push. And we were nearing the area of interest of what we wanted to get into. Remember when we, that's why we marked this. We wanted to pull back here, and we finally got that pullback. So entry was not so much good, right? Didn't really know. I was not expecting this pullback here, but we got the pullback. That's why I held the position. So trying to see now, looking to see if we can get a high day break here. Are you guys still in that position, or did you guys take a loss on that one? That was a bad entry on my part. I think it was okay, right? It was orb highs. We found some support there. Saw some passive buyers stepping in. The average, yeah. Seeing if we can get. We need the 624 break now. Got to get back above that 624. We're almost at break even here. If we fail to get above 624, that's not going to be good. You got it, Mac. Here's a pullback again. You gotta hold above this orb high. And Qs need to stay above 554. Do you have this week's contracts or next week's, Mac? You're hovering around yesterday's high. So for Tesla here, let's look at Tesla real quick. All right, this was your previous, like that was the morning high, and this was pre-market support here. You're kind of struggling there, right? As you can see here, starting to struggle. I think you got to reclaim that level for more, for more upside continuation there. SPY really struggling, really struggling. I'm gonna adjust this level now. It's that 623.90 to 624. That's the low that we need to get above for SPY. This push down here started to see some sellers. This push down here. So I'm a little bit concerned. I'm gonna give it until 11:30, guys. Until 11:30. I'm gonna head out here if we don't do anything. But the thing is, where would I put my stop here? We got the confirmation bounce. I would want it to stay above that 623, which is the previous day low. I might join you on the long there on Mac if we can reclaim this 307.80. If we can get above here. I might look to scout that as well, targeting like right around that VWAP level, 308.90 to 309. This could also be forming a higher low. Same thing with SPY and Qs, higher low, right? Higher low. If this is an actual low. All right, 2 minutes. I'm gonna head out. AMD at it again. She's about to take high a day. Trading at 145. High day there for AMD. SPY trying here again. All right, 11:30. Come on, Richard T, pump it up. Pump it up. Need that pump. Let's get the 624 there. Seeing some absorptions here. Buyer's just gonna get a little aggressive here now. You got the absorptions, gotta push up now. All right, guys, and here. You guys know the plan. You need to get above that 623.90 to 624. If we can get above 624, it's a clean. I think it's going to be a clean move into that high day, right? That's going to be our final target. A little bit of lackluster, missed some trades here, but hopefully next week will be different. Earnings season is starting, I believe in the next couple weeks. So hopefully we see some volatility here during intraday. All right. As always, you guys have a good one. Have a good weekend. Don't forget to like the video, the live stream, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys back here next week. All right. Have a good one, guys. See ya.